Hey everybody, Mulkey Films here, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the LG Stylo 2. The phone you see here, this is an LG Stylo 2. This is a straight talk model, and as you can see here, the screen was destroyed and then heated to try to remove and destroyed even further. So I don't recommend trying to do your own screen repair on these. They're incredibly difficult to get off. Yeah, that's about all I can say about that. And then here's the back, the circuit board. Okay, or sorry, the logic board. Now this is actually the original logic board that came out of it. And what I did was I went on eBay and bought the Cricket version, or Metro PCS version of this phone, the MS550 or K550, and you can see it here, thinking that they were the same. Well, actually, they're just a little bit different. This one is the LG Stylo 2 Plus. This is the LG Stylo 2. LG Stylo 2 has 8 gigabytes of memory or storage, and the LG Stylo 2 Plus has 16. So you can see what I was trying to do here. I was trying to upgrade the internal memory first to see if it would fit inside this frame, and then eventually I actually had another replacement phone for this one that has a good screen, and if all went well here, I was going to attempt to swap it out. So I'd kind of have like 3 different phones turned into one. So let me show you what's different about these phones. So first of all, let me take off this one. So to take off the logic board, it's pretty simple. You just flip up on the ribbon here. There you go. You want to be careful. These are very delicate. It's a good idea to use a pick if you have a pick. And then there's a ribbon down here. Okay, and you just pry it up. I'm not too worried. This thing's already busted, so I'm being pretty rough with this thing. Okay, so let's get the this one out of here. And again, this is the circuit board, logic board, sorry, for this phone, basically, the LG Stylo 2 Plus. Okay, we'll set that there. This is the original 8 gigabyte logic board. Okay, and I will plug it in here, and you can see how it fits in here, how it should fit. Okay, so then we'll lift up the ribbon here and we'll just lay it down right there. As you can see, fits real nice. You don't have to do much to it. It all just lays into place. You put that connector on, put that one on there. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. And as you can see, headphone jack is right there. Okay, so I'm going to push the connector on. Okay, there we go. And then you can see here that fits right there. Okay, so that's how it fits in there, and then you've got screws here, here, and here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the stylus so I can point out a couple things. When you put the other logic board on, this screw here doesn't line up, or this hole for the screw here doesn't line up. Up here, I believe this is one of your speakers. That does not line up. And then all along the side here, the logic board, you have to trim it in places to get it in. And then that brings us to the bottom. Here, the hole for the cutout here for the headphone jack is in the, it's shifted over just a little bit. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And then right here, I know it's kind of hard to see, but this is the charging port, right? As you can see, it's kind of put on the end of the logic board, and it's kind of sandwiched. It kind of overlaps in both places. Sorry, my camera won't focus on this very well. That's about it. Those are kind of the major spots that you want to pay attention to. Okay? So let's go ahead and disconnect it. Unclick, unclick. Yeah, I really don't recommend anybody trying to do this. It did not work for me, and I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to get a phone with bigger capacity or more memory, recommend you just buy a brand new K550 or the MS550 for Metro PCS or Cricket, respectively. Okay, so this is the LG Stylo 2 Plus, and we're going to go ahead and try to put the circuit board in, and I'll show you. So as you can see, it looks really close, right? It looks like it should fit, and as you can see, it just doesn't lay in as well as the other one. So let me show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and come up here. We'll plug in this ribbon up here first. Okay. Okay, it's plugged in. Let me clear the ribbon out down here. Okay. There you go, that one's in place. Okay, now, coming back up here, and I'll go ahead and push it in on the side here. There it goes. It's kind of pushed in, pushed down a little bit. And as you can see some rough edges here on the logic board. That's where I had to trim the pieces away to make it fit. Yeah, with limited success. Okay, so up here to this corner first, you can see everything here fits about right where it should. Right here, I trimmed this part away. I trimmed this right here on the logic board to try to get it to fit, and basically this is how it's supposed to fit, and you can see it's jammed up there. It's not all the way down. It's not laying down on there at all. So if you push it up a little bit to clear it, which you can do, there it goes, you're still kind of rubbing up against there. And when you do that, so see, just like that, when you do that right here, see how that hole's gone? You should have a nice hole right there to put your screw in, but as you can see, it kind of, the cutout comes halfway into it. Okay, right there, and then we come down to the bottom here, and you can see this part with the headphone jack. It is, I mean, it's not really in there. I mean, it's there, but it's not really seating the way it should. That's actually better than the other times I've done this. Okay, and then as you can see, when you push it down, your charging port here, it's off, right? And you can also see your connector or your charging port or whatever you want to call it. You see how it's totally on the bottom here. Remember how the other one was halfway on each side? Let me hold it up for comparison. So as you can see, I'm not sure how well you can see this, that one is mounted like right underneath it. This one is kind of in the middle. Sorry, I know my camera is not doing this justice, but if you can see it, that's where one of the big misalignments is. And then so then you kind of get it all in there, and yeah, it kind of works, sort of. But I was able to get it to power on, but then messing with it and trying to get it seated just right. I think I ended up messing up the display connector because I just got black screen. I didn't get any text. I initially did have it working, but it stopped working after I was messing around with it. Okay, so that's that. Now another thing to think about, or another thing to look at. So this is the frame and old screen of the MS550, right? Okay, so it looks almost identical to this frame. I mean, it really does. We'll go ahead and put the cover on, and you can see, I mean, it's so close. It's frustrating. Frustratingly close. So as you can see, I mean, even at first glance, you can't even tell these apart. I mean, they look identical. Okay, so here's where they're different. Okay, so this is the frame for the 550. This is the back of the LG Stylo 2 on Straight Talk. Okay, so we'll go ahead and snap it in up here. There it goes, snaps into place. As you can see there, it all matches up on that side. And then along that side, looks good. Go ahead and turn it upside down here and flip it around to the other side. You can see it all matches up about where it should. Then come down here and look at that. Look at the headphone port. Look at that. That's like almost a quarter of the way into it of where it should be. Now granted, you could drill that out or file it down and make it fit, but that's not the point. The point is that it's totally different. And as you can see here, this little notch right there, that's for the charging port. As you can see here on the MS550 and K550 frame, it's all contained right there. It's not half on one side, half on the other. It's all on the bottom side there. Anyways, this is Mulkey Films. I'm going to call this video Why Not to Try to Upgrade Your LG Stylo 2 to 16 gigs, partly because it won't work. And I just want to share this with you. This is really disappointing. I always hate it when a project goes wrong. But hey, trying to make the most of this opportunity, turn it into a video so y'all can watch it. This has been Mulkey Films. This has been Why Not to Upgrade Your LG Stylo 2. And if you have any questions, comments, or requests, please leave us a note in the comment section below. And if you want to help me get a new phone, click subscribe and help support the channel. And thanks for watching.